driven off in Mr. and Mrs. Thompson's car to go and start my new life with them. As we drove towards their house, my heart was singing with joy. I couldn't believe I'd gotten so lucky. And when we pulled up to the front of their house, my heart leapt even more. The house? Well, not really a house, more of a mansion. Soon as Mrs. Thompson opened the lounge, I was bombarded with questions.
What's your name? How old are you? Do you like dogs? Hold on, girls. Give Ruby time to catch her breath.
I smiled at Mrs. Thompson with relief and sat down on the sofa.
Now, girls, the three of you need to watch out for Ruby. Make sure to introduce her to everyone so that she settles in quickly. Of course, Mom. You don't need to worry. We'll look after her.
But once again, it was just a show for their parents. As soon as they'd driven off, the three girls just ran off, leaving me standing all alone. I walked through the schoolyard and into the building on the other side. I had no idea where I was supposed to go.
Hello? You are new, aren't you?
I turned around and saw a girl about my age standing there. Yes, I don't know where to go.
Come on, I'll show you. My name's Diane. What's yours?
Ruby. After that, the morning went quite well. Diane showed me where everything was and even asked me if I wanted to sit with her at lunchtime. Thank you, that would be so great. But when we got to the canteen, I couldn't see Diane, so I got my lunch and went on to sit down on my own. And that's when I heard them. The other kids were all whispering and talking about me.
Look, that's her. You know what her sister said? No, what? The only reason she's so beautiful is because it's compensation for her being so dumb.
They all started laughing. I could feel the tears welling up and I quickly choked them back. How can my sisters be so mean? What have I done to make them be so horrible to me? I sat there eating my lunch and tried to ignore what I'd heard. But then Diane arrived and sat down next to me.
Cheer up! It might never happen.
Sorry, what?
Well, you look so unhappy. What's the matter?
I hesitated for a minute. I didn't know whether or not to tell Diane what I just heard. But then I figured she would probably hear it from someone else anyway. My sisters have been spreading some mean rumors about me. I told Diane what I'd overheard the other kids saying.
Just ignore them. I definitely don't believe what your sisters have said. I don't think that you're dumb.
Really?
Of course. Anyway, they're probably just jealous of your beauty.
I began to feel a bit better then.
Don't worry what other people think. And anyway, you've got me for a friend.
I smiled at Diane. I knew she was right. As long as I had her as a friend, who cared what other people thought? So from then on, I just ignored everything my sisters said about me. Of course, they tried their best to get everyone to hate me, but they couldn't stop Diane from being my friend. She never believed anything that they said. Now, you're probably wondering why I never told Mr. and Mrs. Thompson about what my sisters were doing. I know I probably should have done, but I didn't want them to think that I was being ungrateful to them for adopting me. And as the weeks went by, I just learned to live with it. And anyway, I had something to look forward to. I joined the prom committee and I was busy helping to organize the upcoming prom. We put posters out all around the school, telling everyone to get their best party clothes ready, as it was going to be the fanciest prom the school had ever held. Everyone was so excited, including my sisters. Eventually, the night of the prom came. I spent all day getting my hair and nails done and doing my makeup. Mr. and Mrs. Thompson came into my room.
Ruby, you look absolutely gorgeous. Now have a fabulous night. We are going out for a business dinner now, but make sure you take a photo once you get your dress on. You can show us tomorrow.
I will. Enjoy your dinner. I took one last look in the mirror and went to my wardrobe to get my prom dress. But as soon as I opened the wardrobe, my heart sank. Oh my god! No! My dress had been torn to shreds! Who did this? I heard my bedroom door open, and it was my three sisters.
Oh, Ruby, what a shame! You can't go to the prom!
I'm the one that organized the prom, and now I don't get to go?
Ruby, what is it? Why are you crying?
At first, I wasn't gonna tell her, but in the end, I decided to tell her the truth.
Oh, Ruby, I am so sorry that this happened to you. I had no idea.
It's okay, it's not your fault.
Well, it may not have been my fault, but I am going to be the one to put things right. Wait here.
She left the room and then a few minutes later came back holding a beautiful gold dress.
This is the dress that I wore for my prom. I have kept it for all these years, and now I know the reason why. Here, try it on.
I put the dress on and looked in the mirror. When I saw my reflection, I gasped out loud. It's beautiful. beautiful. I feel like a princess.
And you look like one too.
Thank you so much. Everyone stopped what they were doing and just stared at me.
Ruby, you look absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Diane. You do too. As soon as I walked through the room, I suddenly saw my three sisters standing by the food table. When they saw me, their mouths dropped open and
Stop that right now.
my sisters looked behind me in horror. They hadn't noticed that Mrs. Thompson had been standing behind me all the time.
What do you three think you are doing? I can't believe you have been so mean to Ruby.
They looked at Mrs. Thompson sheepily.
Sorry, Mom. We were just joking.
Thank you for dropping me off. I'll be fine. You can go for your dinner now. I didn't speak to my sisters anymore after that. I spent the whole evening dancing with Diane and having the best time in the world. I wasn't going to let my sisters spoil my prom.
I am so ashamed of you three. I thought that I brought you up to be nice people. Well, you are going to pay for what you have done. The three of you are grounded for the rest of this term. You won't be getting any new clothes or any money or anything. Do you understand me?
I opened the door and walked into the lounge. I could see by the looks in my sisters' faces that they thought I was there to gloat, but I wasn't. Please don't punish my sisters. They weren't being mean on purpose. It was just teasing, wasn't it? I looked at my sisters and they nodded. We're all good friends, really, aren't we? They all began to nod again.
We're really sorry, Ruby. We shouldn't have been mean to you. Yeah, it was bad of us. Can we start over and become friends?
Do you think you could forgive us? I would love for us all to be friends, and of course I can forgive you. In the end, we became the closest of sisters. Pretty crazy, right?